What is going on, Lake Pro Tackle fam? I hope you're having an amazing day. Today, for me at least, was an absolutely amazing day, and I hope it is for you as well. Today, we're going to be doing a full breakdown video on this little guy right here, the Megabass SV-3 quarter ounce SW, which stands for single willow. Now, today was probably not the best day to be throwing it, trying to target bass. They're really not set up. They are kind of still in that really early pre-spawn stage here in Texas. Water temp ranged anywhere from like 60 degrees, 61 degrees, all the way down to like 55, 54. So really the water temp fluctuated a ton, and this probably wasn't the day to actually target him with this, but I did get a lot more on the water experience with it. Now, we did a lot of test casting with this as well as working with it for the past couple weeks, and let me tell you what, when it comes to a really, once that water hits around like 65, once those fish really get into that spawn mood and really post spawn and beyond, this is going to be a killer heavy cover spinnerbait. So the wire is going to be extremely similar to the standard SV-3. It is still a thicker wire as well as just a heavier duty power finesse hook. Now, if you notice right here, the reason I didn't get a lot of hookups is, well, there's a white keeper on it. Usually it's red, so usually I'm looking for a red little hook keeper deal, and I just missed a lot of fish today. I was wondering, I actually had the full intention of bashing this a little bit on hookup ratio, but then I look at this and I'm like, well, I guess it's not the bait's fault. So I normally don't stick a trailer on any of the SV-3s, this one included. It looks really good natural in the water without a trailer. Of course, most of the SV-3s, or really all the SV-3s, have these little doohickey things. I don't even know what to call them. Ribbons, basically. These guys right here kind of make up for the fact that there's no trailer. Now, if you want to add some body, add some weight to your bait, I would highly suggest throwing something like a little spark shad on there, or a Hasdong shad. Hasdong shad's the right one. You don't want too much kick, or even a Haze ST. That's going to be a really good option for this. Just add a little body to it. This bait here runs extremely straight. Now, sometimes if you hit it up against a dock, which I did several times today, you're going to have to twist that wire back and forth. So if you haven't done this before, looking at the camera here, if your bait is running this way, you're going to want to twist your wire or twist the hook the opposite way to help get it to run correctly. Other than that, this is a killer bait to zing up and around tight to cover. I was using my X-Pride 6'10" medium heavy. This is the X-Pride B, one of my all-time favorite rods for literally just about anything. It has a soft enough tip, being a medium heavy. It has that kind of 30 to 40% bend curve that I really like, and then it's got a good amount of backbone to where, it's true medium heavy, getting into that heavy range, which I absolutely love. That tip section, again, really allows you to zing it up around dock slips, heavy cover, stuff like that. I think it's 15.5 Defiant heavy cover fluorocarbon on this, and it casted extremely well. Didn't have to retie it all. And then the reel I have is a Metanium. This is actually a JDM Metanium. I absolutely love it. It's a shallower spool, so I don't have to have just a butt ton of line. You know, regular Metanium MGL is a 150, but this one right here, Buddy got it for me when he was in Japan, and I absolutely love it. I actually have two of them. But this is the setup that I am using for this quarter ounce spinnerbait. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, what if I want to kind of like true BFS it? Go down a rod size and absolutely go down a reel size. So if you are wanting to do more of that kind of really finesse spinnerbaiting with like a medium rod, perhaps maybe a little bit shorter, even closer towards that like BFS stuff, ranging in that quarter ounce. I have a lot of guys that come in the store and they're like, I'm trying to do some BFS. I'm like, okay, what are you throwing? He's like an 8XD. I'm like, or not 8XD, DT8. I'm like, dude, that's not BFS. Let me show you some BFS, and pull out like a little tiny Megabass BFS Griffin. He's like, oh, how much that weigh? I'm like, I don't know, 32nd of an ounce. He's like, oh, okay, I get it now. So, BFS ranges. So for the American style BFS, that kind of quarter ounce range, you're sitting anywhere from like a literally bait finesse rod from Megabass. That is like the American BFS rod. And then when you go to like the Pop X stick in the P5 lineup, that's where I kind of like Yeah, that's like kind of true BFS, guys. For me at least, in my opinion. So obviously your opinion might differ, which is totally fine. Let me know down in the comments below. But back on the spinnerbait, this thing hums. I actually had a guy come in the store, throw it on a Steez Power Pitch and a Steez A2 on the exact same line, 15.5 Defiant fluorocarbon. And I was telling him, he was talking about some power finesse techniques, and I was like, dude, you love throwing power finesse? Let me show you this spinnerbait. Took it out to the pond. Literally, first thing he did, he looked down at the combo, looked down, and then looked back up at how far he threw this little 1/4 ounce spinnerbait. He's like, holy shit, you can freaking like feel this thing all the way out there on this line and this rod. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's how good this is. This little tiny blade here on the SV-3 1/4 ounce, this thing is like super, super thin. It doesn't pulse a lot of water, but it hums. It has a great frequency, and it really got a lot of fish to trigger even in this colder water. Obviously, having a little hook keeper on there kind of prevented me from hooking any fish, but absolutely fun day on the water. And in the next video, I'm gonna be talking about this guy right here. So stay tuned, look out for that video. If you're not following the social media, Instagram and Facebook, please consider subscribing and following along there, and we'll see you in the next one.